Hello. Do excuse me a minute. Oh, you're a bit cloudy. Let me just wipe my glasses. And then I can see you. Didn't know I could see you. Oh, while I'm talking about being able to see things, just one of my regular viewers didn't know. So I'm going to say it in case you don't know. When I do my shorts on the channel, if you are interested in it and you want to see more of that, um, some people don't know. When you play a short, go onto a short, at the bottom right of the short, there is a small picture square. Now, depending on what the short is, it might be a colour square or it might be a picture, but it's a small square at the bottom right, should be picturey. And if you're enjoying the show or you want to see more, or I say it's going to be about something or more tips, then click on that square and that takes you to the full video, because a lot of my shorts are from my actual past videos. Some are very old, some are what I've just posted, and they are tasters. Sometimes they are information on their own, standalone, or parts of video that does give you a tip or something like that. But it's Rel Sharp, great friend of mine on YouTube, only via YouTube. And Rel was watching one of my drive videos, drive with me, even though I don't drive, but I'm in the car, drive with me, and was enjoying the short so much. It's going around a mountain bend and then you see all the mountains in the distance, and Rel was enjoying it so much that Rel put in the comment, I've kept replaying it and went round the bend 5 times. So I did say, did you know, because we all learn somewhere, we didn't all know everything straight away. So if you don't know, if you like one of my shorts and want to see a bit more, then click, there's a little box square, quite small, in the bottom corner, bottom right, and click on that and that will take you to the whole video. So do have a look at that. Now, my comments are steaming. There's 14, I was going to say it changed to 15 comments. So I'll go to the comments first and then I'll get back to you. Oh, wow. Stephen Tina Jewel. Yoo-hoo-hoo. Stephen Tina Jewel, how are you today? Do go and check out their channel. Sort of content I really love. Seeing places. There's a lot of seeing places at Steve and Tina's, and lovely scenic places. So do go and check out Steve and Tina Jewel's videos. Go and check out their channel. And as I always say, if you like what you see on the channel, do think about hitting that subscribe button. Again, it's something a lot of older people, particularly people my age group, we didn't grow up with computers. Now, when I very first, years and years ago, was watching YouTube, it kept saying subscribe. Now, in my language, subscribe means you pay for something. And I always used to think if you hit subscribe, you were paying, like all this join malarkey that you can do on people's channels. I thought that's what subscribe was. It was a way you pay and you get more content. So subscribe costs nothing. It just will let you know when a new video has come out on that channel. So do hit the subscribe. Glitterworld, Shirley is so supportive of channels. Thank you, Shirley, for being here. And I did a live the other day, and I always get views much later on after my lives because weird times in Cyprus. We're different times to most of the rest of the world. So I know a lot of you are watching later, and it ended up just me and Shirley live on the chat. And I thank Shirley for staying there with me. It's quite lonely to do it live completely on your own, which is why so many channels bring in loads of other people to sit on panels, because they feel they can't chat on their own if not many show up. But you know me, I chat. So thank you, Shirley, for being there. But then after that, I looked the next day, I already had 38 views. So thank you guys for watching later. Don't forget to drop a comment if you're watching later, because then I can come and say hello and thank you to you personally. Steve and Tina say, sorry I missed you last week. Migraine Monday, flu and cold Wednesday. Ooh, I was concerned, but I've said to you before, you're always here. When you're not here, I don't like to come and say, are you okay? Just because I feel that saying, where were you? So, yes. So yeah, check out Steve and Tina. Jill, I keep mentioning they've got this fabulous video of 2 black bears. They were right near them. Steve, if you will pop that up, that video, we're going to make that a good video, that one, for views. It's definitely worth watching, guys. It's not too long. We have Mr. Jimmy. Yay! Mr. Jimmy, the astute tourist, who's a good supporter of this channel. Thank you, Jimmy. You've probably missed, unless you've watched anything back later, I can't go on people's channels much at the moment. We're close to the limit of our internet, and obviously I want to do my lives and my posting, and we have volunteers coming soon, so I need to keep some internet for them, but I will be back. Shirley's aware of that. Shirley says, grateful to be here. Bless you. Have you looked at my yoga videos on my dance channel, Shirley? And also on the dance channel, I'm doing yoga daily positions as well as shorts, but you all watch the full video. They're much better. Shirley saying hello to Jimmy. Steve and Tina Jules saying hi, Glitter and Astute. Astute saying good morning, Shirley. Mr. Jimmy saying hi, Steve and Tina. Steve and Tina say Thanksgiving Day here in Canada. Ooh, what does that entail? Oh, that's like, I'm going to say Thanksgiving, but it's not, because Thanksgiving, the actual proper Thanksgiving, is American. There are countries that do other similar things, such as England. It was always Harvest Festival, but Thanksgiving is definitely American only for its true status of what Thanksgiving represents. Didn't realise it was that. See, I'm not on YouTube at the moment. Thanks, Jimmy, saying hit that like button. Jimmy saying, Shirley, have you seen the 2 sons again? Ooh, don't know what's going on there. See, I'm really out the loop of these things. Seen the 2. Oh, I saw that. Yes, that's crazy. Jimmy says, I've seen videos of people seeing it. I saw a thing recently about Florida, something to do with the sea at night. It had some sort of shimmery thing on it that people were doing, you know, that snow angel thing where you lay and do this and you can see the pattern in the snow. Because of this thing on the sea, you could do snow angels floating in the sea. Something to do with Florida. Steve says, I'm still under the weather. Oh, Steve. The shoot said, I saw them 5 years ago. Shirley says, it was my pleasure. Jimmy says, what does Canadian Thanksgiving entail? I'm assuming that link from Steve there is the bear video. The bear video. Shirley says, everything's closed. Some people eat with family. As long as they're not eating the family, we're all good. We're all good. Okay, what should we do first? Let's do today's quote corner, and then I'll catch you up on lots of bits and pieces. So let's do today's quote corner. What is it? Monday quote corner. Here we go. I do think that's one of the best things you can keep in your head. Let it go. I really do. And that was a phrase way before the film Frozen. I believe they did a song about it. But yeah, definitely. Let's just let go. Let go. Whatever it is that's getting to you today, I've already done that. Let it go. Be above it. Be above it. Steve and Tina say, same as US Thanksgiving for us, spending time with friends and sharing turkey dinner. The astute tourist says, here in the US, we celebrate Thanksgiving for the Pilgrims. That's where, yeah, that's its true origin. It was about the Pilgrims that settled here in America in their first year of survival here in the elements. They had a meal to thank God. That is what Thanksgiving is, which is why technically a proper Thanksgiving is a different thing elsewhere. You're absolutely on the ball there, Jimmy. Glitter World says, amazing. Yes, Harvest Festival is the English equivalent, but that's to thank for the harvest, obviously. That's England. We don't have that really here because we've always got seasons of crops. So we will have the wine festival, which I've put a video up of that. So that's thanking for the grape harvest. And then we have beer festivals to thank for the hops. Hops and so on and so forth, the barley, and we just have festivals for food and drink, basically. Right, let's catch you up. I guess in a way to catch you up with what's going on here, it would be this. Let me just say, first of all, there are no problems in Cyprus, okay? There is a lot of social media rubbish out there. It is perfectly safe here. If you want to travel here, you will be good. We are too much of an important location to be an issue. There's no problems here. Please don't worry about me. I've been answering so many comments. There isn't a problem. People have seen on social media. This is Dawn living in Cyprus, telling you facts. I only speak facts. There is no issue. And then tomorrow, Cyprus is wiped out. You'll be like, There is no problem. If you want to visit Cyprus, it's fine. It is extremely safe. We're not even on the minimalist alert. We are fine. We are good. We are good. And I'm not going into politics and where we support and so on and so forth, but we are good. We are obviously for the good people. Okay. Stitching it up, capturing country life. Hello again, my friend. Hey, friend. Hey to you. Guys, go and check out Stitching It Up. I've had a look there. There's quite a lot going on there. Lovely channel. Stephen Tina says, I've not studied the Thanksgiving. From what I've heard, it sounds the same. The First Nations gave the newcomers food and maybe turkey to help them last the winter in Canada. We don't really get turkey here. There are, I think there's 3 now turkeys down at the stable, but they're not for food. They're for eggs, turkey eggs. If you've never tried a turkey egg, do see if you can find one to try. Very nice eggs. When I first came here, it was typical of an English person to want turkey for Christmas. It didn't even exist to buy here. There's more like customs of different countries coming in now. Things are more available, but to get turkey at Christmas here was impossible. We now don't bother. It's too expensive, and it doesn't last as long as a good sized chicken anyway. But there. Mr. Jimmy says, regardless, Steve, the message is the same. Be thankful for what and who you have in your life. Steve and Tina say, hey, Stitch It Up. Thanks for joining us yesterday. Ooh, did you have a live yesterday? I haven't been on anyone's lives for ages and ages. And you all know that if your times matched me in any shape or form, Jimmy will be the first to tell you. I was always there if your times match. But as I say, internet limit. And we're not, I did say before, we're not limited here with our internet. when it says, what's the words they use? Meaning no limit, but they often are. I forget the term now. What is it? Unlimited. That's it. That's it, Dawn. And you'll know why I'm a bit fuzzy brain at the minute, in a minute. Unlimited. And we really are unlimited. You can use it any time of the day. There's no problem with it. It's fine. Considering how remote we are as well, it's very good. But if you are, say, a gamer and you run it all day, all night, or you're running a big business and it's constant, then they cap you. So we're not capped at a certain point, but I won't go through it all again, but I had a big issue uploading one of my videos and it took 4 days. Now you can imagine my computer running for 4 days, we have been capped. Only for this month, and then I'll be back with you all. Where are we? There we go. Jimmy says turkeys are yummy. I like turkeys and pickled onion and mayonnaise. I love Christmas dinner, but I always preferred the next day when you have the leftovers of turkey or turkey sandwich, mayonnaise, pickled onions. I used to love that. Jimmy says, I like to stuff mine with bread, sausage, apples, pine nuts, seasonings. Ooh, now we just have chicken. It's still Christmas dinner because I love stuffing and I love sausage meat. And Mike does those 2 things separate into separate dishes. So, yeah, I like that. Steve says, I'm thankful every day. Stitch It Up said, yes, it was fun. I think it must have been alive then. Jimmy says, Dawn, you're always there when you can be. Oh, that's much appreciated. Me too, Steve. Steve said we laughed a lot yesterday. Guys, I think we need to go and check that out. That if it was alive, we need to check that one out. I like a fun live. Steve and Tina, it's Thanksgiving today, ? Steve, yes, in Canada. Stitching It Up. I do eat some turkey, but don't like it. Always dry. It can be more dry. Cook it slower at a lower temperature. That's the only advice I can give you on that. Or pour olive oil on it. That's rather nice. Steve says, we laughed about stuffing the turkey with a duck. Oh, I've had that one time where you have 3 or 4 meats inside each other. So you can have turkey and then duck inside and whatever you want. You can stuff it, some layered thing. That's quite nice. This Stuart says, yes, leftover, indeed. Next day turkey sandwiches. Yes, definitely. Stitch Up says, I think I've cooked 2 turkeys in my life. Do you know, I have never cooked a roast dinner. I have never cooked a Christmas dinner. Lucky me. I've always had it done for me. I don't like touching raw meat, as in like chickens. Now, this leads me on to my update. As you know, Mike's about to go into hospital. I can't give you the exact date because, as I say, I have some crazy stalkers. It's imminent. I said that last time. It's imminent. So he has his first surgery. I nearly said when. No. He has his first surgery very soon. So poor Dawn has to now recap on how to do everything because I'm nursey. I'm going to be nursey, but I'm also going to be the man of the house, and I've got to do all the man things. And yes, I'm not like these people go, oh no, men and ladies can do everything. Yes, they can. But why would you when there's things you prefer to do and there's things Mike prefers to do? If he wants to do the manly things, I'm quite happy for that. So I've got to recap how to do all these things. Now, it's funny because me and Mike were talking the other day about how we couldn't go away for more than one night at a time because apart from having cats, and you go, can't your neighbours feed a cat? Well, you don't know my channel then. We do not have neighbours for miles and miles around. So no. And it's a treacherous, well, it's not treacherous, but for some people with the normal car, they'd be in a panic driving up our mountain track, which is too far to walk. You couldn't even walk it. It would take you more than an hour to walk it, more, and it's steep incline, so you probably couldn't walk it really anyway, unless you were absolutely desperate. So yes, Michael is my husband. Do I have help? No. And you probably don't know because you're quite fairly new to me. I have brain damage. So though I seem okay, and Jimmy's laugh is head off. Yeah, I don't really. Although I may seem okay, there's many, many things I can't do. I have multiple disabilities as well, and things are very difficult. So hence Mike does most of those kind of things. But yes, so then me and Mike were talking about, if you can't you go away for more than one night because someone can come and water for you? No. To water is a saga, because one thing you have to do is turn on the generator. Now, we're not talking a modern generator that you see on all these homestead channels where it's like quite a small generator. Ours is this massive machine. I don't know how old it is. It's got like oil over it. It's a massive, like big industrial looking thing. And believe me, I had to do it today. And I'm like, oh my goodness. I've hurt my fingers trying to do the generator. So I'm in training. I've been in training for a couple of days, but then I'm like, oh, I'll do that tomorrow. So I'm in training to be completely self-sufficient. You say I'm self-sufficient. No, I'm self-sufficient as long as I've got a mic. Now, because his first operation is a cataract operation, he's not allowed to look down, look up, bend down. The first couple of days at least, he's not really supposed to do anything. Even carrying light shopping, they've said not even that, not heavy, but even light shopping. So not picking anything up, because slightest exertion can dislodge things a little bit. So they say things you think, oh, I'll be all right doing that. No. So I've got to take charge when we go away. If you don't know, we're going away for a night because the hospital's so far away, and he's got to go back again the next day after the operation. So we're away for one night, and goodness knows where the money's coming from. We still owe a couple of €1,000. The person who gave us our water back managed to get our water back for us, because if you don't know, our borehole, the pipes and the pump needed replacing. That was big enough spending itself, and the irrigation tank was all leaking, the two things together. So we're still paying back someone who was kind enough to lend us the money so we could get our water back to our house and our land. And they said as long as we paid it back a bit each month. Well, we're still looking for help for that. We did get a lot of help, and I'm very grateful to those of you who did send some money on my PayPal. Thank you for that. But now this hospital thing's come up as well. We've got to have one night away in a hotel. I can't drive. We couldn't ask someone to drive us backwards and forwards all those times, come miles to come and get us, drive us miles back to the hospital, pick us up after the operation, drive us miles back to our house, drive miles back to your house, and then the next day do it all again. So I said to Mike, well, at least if you don't know, no taxis would drive up our mountain road. We couldn't afford it anyway. No buses, be about an hour and a half, 2 hours to the nearest bus stop, and we need several buses, and we've got to be there early in the morning. No trains in Cyprus at all, no trains or anything else. So I said to Mike, by the time we've tried to figure something out, it would be cheaper to spend the night in a hotel. It's €68 for the night. Now, we've got 4 operations for Mike. This is just the first time. Two Doves did say, is there any way they can sort out, some hospitals can help people out with money? or accommodation. Because we're not Cypriot, we're not allowed to get anything like that. Though we're here legally, it was signed in a disclaimer when we first became legally living here that we will never have any benefits or help monetary in any respect. So we had to be able to pay for any health. If we lost our jobs, we'd have to figure ourselves out, and that's why you had to have a certain amount of money in the bank before you came to live here. You had to make do. So we will be all right, but as I say, I'm going through trying to operate this mighty machine. I did all right, but I hurt my hand because I can't hold things very well, and you have to pull this thing. It's not like a start cord. It's not a generator like that. I have filmed it before. Maybe when this is all over, I'll go through and show you what I've had to do. I've written out a manual. I mean, Mike will be able to tell me and remind me things. It's good practice, but yeah. We don't have any family that live here or anything like that. But as I say, I think this is the cheapest way we can do it. So if we'd have been paying health insurance all these years, we would have spent far more than this. So we don't know how much the operation is. So I can't tell you that till he's had the operation, but we'll see. Let me see. I've got to go back to the chat. Where are we up to? Oh, turkey sandwiches. Oh, that was it. Stitching it up said I've cooked 2 turkeys in my life. That's another thing. Mike insists he does the roast dinner every Sunday, and he insists he still wants Sunday dinner, but he won't be able to do it. It's going to be the first time in my whole life I cook a roast dinner. I don't like touching the chicken. But I've got to do it for him. He does everything for me. So I will be doing that reluctantly. Maybe I should film all what I'm doing. That would be fun. Oh, content. I'll put sad, poor me. Maybe that. Maybe. Yeah, so I agreed with him. It would be a good idea because we cook the chicken on a Sunday. We buy a whole chicken. And then that meat we use throughout the week. So I have salads with it, chicken salad. Mike does rice sometimes with it, pasta, but we use it throughout the week. So it's the cheap version of good food for us. So, yes. Shirley says, cook it upside down. This is make moist turkey. Cook it upside down for the majority of the time, then flip it to crisp the skin. That's cool. That's cool. The other thing is Mike buys, they look like plastic bags, but they're not plastic. And you put your chicken in there and cook it in there. I think you seal it with like a bread tie type thing. And Mike cooks it in that, and that comes out really moist. Turducken. Right. That is the mixed birds. Steve says thirducken. That's when you cook the bird within a bird within a bird. There we go. It sounds funny. Ha. Makes me want a duck. 2 Doves, Bees and Gardens here. Guys, go and check out their channel. Thank you for being here. Steve and Tina say, I thought it was a joke, but it sounds a good meal. It is. It is. It looks good as well when you cut into it and you see all the different layers of birds. It is. If you ever get the chance, or Tina's very good cooking. I'm sure she will do one. Stitch Up, do you have help? No. Mike is my PA. When I was in England, I got the highest disability benefit permittable, and I had to have 2 permanent PAs because I had to be watched overnight as well, because I used to just randomly go into comas and not come out of them. I'm a lot better in Cyprus, but things still occur. And then when we were coming here, I said to Mike, well, I'm not going to bother trying to sort that out because we don't have that authority over here. As I say, I don't get disability benefit anymore. That was one thing I had to give up. I used to get free black taxi cabs and all sorts of benefits I got there. But that was something I had to give up. I said to Mike, as long as you are willing to be my permanent PA, personal assistant, and obviously that's what occurred. So that's why you might think I'm a bit pathetic that I get him to do everything, but he is officially my PA, but he doesn't get paid. He doesn't get paid. Stephen Tina says, hi, Two Doves. What do you drive, Dawn? What do I drive? I don't drive. I'm not allowed to drive. Do you mean what's Mike's car? Mike's car is a Camry. Toyota Camry. I don't think there are many countries. It's like a high up, not a Jeep, but that kind of look car. But it is a car. So for the health challenges, I'm a lot better than I used to be. Once they sorted out that it was brain damage, that kind of helped rather than not knowing what was going on. Dawn doesn't drive, I think. No, Dawn does not drive. Even though I've got drive with me videos, that's not me driving. That's me filming while Mike's driving. She is facing them with hope and positivity. Do you have a car? Mike has a car. Mike has a car. Dawn does not have a car. I bought it for Mike when we first came out here for his 50th birthday. I bought it for him because he'd have to drive me. So we did that. Two doves, bees, and claps. Waves. Oh, it's a wave. I thought it was clapping hands. It's a wave. PMA Shirley, obviously. Prepare for that one. Poor Mike. Poor Mike. The thing he's most bothered about is he's got to sit and do nothing for a while. And if you know him, he's not very good at that. But we have volunteers coming. I've got to be careful now what I say because or else I'll give away when his operation is. It's imminent. And the volunteers are coming after his operation. And I've been in lots of contact with them. They sound really nice people. One's from Malaysia and one's from Singapore, but they're kind of partners, but they do their thing. And they're coming. And I've messaged Stephanie today, Stephanie and Adrian, and I messaged Stephanie and I said, yeah, good time you're coming because Mike needs different people to chat with. He'll be fed up with me by then talking to me. Oh, dear. Hope all goes well for Mike. I'm sure it will. Catch you later. Bye for now. See you. Thank you for being here. Always appreciate you coming in. Nice to speak to you. Smash that like before you leave, says Shirley. Yes, so I had a funny message from a potential workaway. Now, we've had a lot the last few weeks. I'm not going into the politics again, but our country of Cyprus is divided. It's still been taken over by Turkish, and it's the only country that's still in that zone of it hasn't been resolved. It's different in other countries that are like that. It's different. And it's offensive to write to us in the lower parts of Cyprus in any other language than Greek or Turkish. And this English person put some Turkish words to me saying she knew all about Cyprus. Well, clearly not. And she wanted to come to me. Sounded like she was in the northern part, and she obviously didn't like it because, see if you can see the fault in this story. She's going back to England in a week's time. She is working in the north and she would like to extend her stay and come and stay with me for a week. But she's already got her flight is in a week's time. Something's gone wrong up there and she wants to find somewhere else. And I'm like, sorry, too late. You have to book. Book. We get a lot of people that ask to volunteer. You can see it's very last minute, or we've just flown here. Can we come? Clearly something's happened where you were going. So we don't take last minutes like that. She also, there is a border, kind of a border, and you will tell me you can get your car from one to the other. If you have any car insurance issues or breakdowns, you are in stuck. And she said she's not driving and she's going to come to me totally rurally with no car. There's no transportation from one bit to the other or anywhere. As I've just told you, we can't even get into town. There's no way she can get to me, but she says, I'm sure I'll be fine and figure a way out. Good luck on that. We can't get a couple of hours away from us. And I'll be fine and I'll grab some food on the way. Clearly you haven't read the information on my page that says you must have a car. There's no way you can get to us without a car. So I had that, and then I had another one today, and basically, oh, I really want to come to your place. It sounds amazing, blah, blah, blah. I want to volunteer. It sounds amazing. Can we come in a couple of days' time? Well, you clearly didn't think it was amazing when you were looking for one to come to. That's the thing. It's not like we're in mainland Europe and people going from place to place to place. You've flown out here. Where are you staying? What are you doing? So, yeah, I don't do last minute volunteering. We didn't do that when we were doing Airbnb here either. We wouldn't take last minute bookings. You've got to want to come here and have planned to come here, basically. Okie doke, let's see. Jimmy's off. Hope you're having a fantastic, happy Thanksgiving. That's to the Americanos. Where are we up to? I've jumped. Sad roast chicken, says Steve. Beer can chicken. I don't know what that is. You cook it in a can? Shirley knows. Beer can chicken is deadly. Ooh, I'm interested. Shirley says having rice and trout for dinner tonight. That sounds nice, Shirley. Steve said remember to open the beer can. Steve, did you catch the trout? Oh, Jimmy, send Dawn a donation, PayPal. Oh, bless you. I do get into trouble sometimes from Blue if I don't put my links up. Let me see. I do have a link for that somewhere. I'm sure I do. There. So there's my PayPal along the bottom, because I know some of you watching back later, you can't get the chat up. The chat. So thank you for that, Jimmy. Two Doves Speeds and Gardens says, definitely need to open the can. It's very good. Interesting. Is it spicy or something? Shirley saying going there for any time without a car is planning. It's impossible. It's impossible to get from there to here. It's totally impossible. And it would take you, at least a couple of days. More than that. If you're using public transport, which isn't possible anyway. And the thing is, we got freeways, freeways, like motorways. And if you don't use them, it would take you like at least 3 times as long to get anywhere as well. Can upright and open. Stuff the can in the chicken. I don't know what you people are talking about. Maybe cycle touring. Yeah, you'd have a lot of trouble. And even, I know you can have like really good mountain bikes, but that's pretty difficult here as well, up our mountain track. And it can be done if you're like professional. Let's say we have a lot of Olympic teams come out here. They never train up our road. They never do. Okay, let's have a look. Let's show you my progress, shall we? Let's show you my progress. Where's my progress? Here. So Wednesdays, you see my cross stitch progress. Mondays, I'm currently showing you my embroidery progress. I'm still outlining. Let's put my hand there, you see better. There we go. So I'm still outlining. As you see, I've done the brick walls. I think I'd finished the chairs last time. Yes, because I'd done the patio bottom. So I've done the wall. That's all I'm going to do with the wall. I was thinking about take it down further, but no. So I've only got left to outline the table. That's better. The table, the teapot, the cups, the cake, another cup. So I've just got that to outline. As I said before, I'm not going to outline all these plants and everything. All these and some down the bottom here. I'm not going to do all those because I'm just going to embroider those straight on my own way. Oh, there's a bit of wool at the top. I can't do the top because the frame is sticks out. But I think that will do for outlining, and then I'm going to get stitching. So that is coming along nicely. And then I'll take the paper off and see what I can do with that. Okay, let's go on to this. Ooh, next hacks, facts and stats. Today we are doing things about woolens because we're at that season. Some of you poor people are in woolly season. Not me, not me. So I thought I would do something on that. And let's say 5 tips on woolens, 5 tips. The first tip is keep your woolens beautifully soft by adding 1 teaspoon, which is 5 millilitres of hair shampoo to your washing water. It improves matted woolens. The next one is remove unsightly bobbles from wool sweaters and socks. Now this is a good tip, by brushing with a wet nail brush. Ooh. The next one, when washing woolens, squeeze gently under the water. Do not lift them in and out as this causes stretching. Remove all traces of soap by adding a little vinegar in the final rinse. This keeps woolens soft and fluffy. And the next one, when washing blankets, put a bath cube in the final rinsing water and it gives a lovely fresh smell. And the final one, add a little salt to the final rinsing water before hanging out clothes on a frosty day. This prevents them from freezing. Ooh, that's a good tip if you live in the Arctic, for sure. Yes, you've seen like clothes absolutely freeze, like there's a person in them. I've seen that before. So there's some good tips there for you. Glitter says pumpkin spice weather here. Steve says pouring rain here. Oh, I was watching a Portugal thing on TV and they go on and on about how lovely and sunny and hot it is. And they're all wrapped up in their winter woolies now. Oh, I do chuckle. I do chuckle. I could do with some rain. I'm not going to wish the rain, but I could do with some rain. I really could. Really could. Okay, what should we do now? We've done that, hacks, facts and stats. Oh, let's do this. So I have two for you today. I have two. The first one is an old friend, a retired opera singer, amused himself by hunting for old paintings and drawings at the Caledonian Market. In his innocence, he thought if he dressed in old clothes and called everyone governor, the Cockneys would take him for one of themselves and allow him to buy antiques at a cheap rate. But his rich voice and accent betrayed him and provided the salesman with much secret amusement. One of these offered to sell him a lawnmower, but my friend declined, saying, "It's of no use to me. I have no garden." And the answer came back, "Never mind, governor, take it out on the common for a day." I told a friend the above story, but he could beat it with a better one about Cockney humour, which he told me. He moved from the North Country to take an appointment in the outer London area. He travelled on a country bus to his place of business and entered into conversation with the conductor, to whom he said, "I thought the London buses were red, but this one is green." To this the conductor replied, "Don't worry too much about that, governor. A few more days of this fine weather and she'll soon ripen." And if you're from another country and you think, "I thought all English buses were red," country buses are green. Just so you know, country buses are green. Oh dear, let's check the chat. Oh, Steve's laughing. I thought I could hear something. It was Steve laughing. Okay. So let's feed those poor birds, because if you're getting winter or autumn weather, you need to start thinking about feeding the birds. Grain and seeds. Grain and seeds provide birds with a valuable source of fats, carbohydrates, oils, minerals, and vitamins. Some birds, such as the greenfinch and chaffinch, will eat almost any seed, from large cereal grains to small weed seeds, although sunflower seeds are the most popular of all. Other birds are most fastidious. For example, they are particularly fond of certain seeds, where finches, tits, and even pipits are attracted to hemp seeds. Pet shops sell ready-made mixed seeds, which have been specially formulated to satisfy the appetites and nutritional needs of a wide variety of birds. But you can easily make your own mixes at a much reduced cost. You can buy the grain seeds individually and even supplement the mix with wild seeds such as dock, thistle, stinging nettle, knapweed, teasel, and ragwort, collected from the garden and dried. To avoid too much spillage, serve the mixes from a seed hopper. And the types of seeds you can use: popping corn. This cereal grain is a useful source of oil and starch. Pot barley. The barley grain has a high bran, germ, and vitamin content. Wheat grain. The whole grain is best, as it contains valuable vitamins, minerals, and fat, as well as fibre. Rolled oats. Oats are rich in protein and fats, but served rolled oats, as birds cannot easily remove the tough husk. Hemp seeds. These seeds are a favourite amongst tits and nuthatches, which hammer the seeds to crack them open. Millet seeds. These grass seeds have a high starch content and are a good source of minerals and vitamins. Sunflower seeds. A great bird food, sunflower seeds are very nutritious, being full of oil, protein, and minerals. Wild bird seed. This commercially is available mixture which contains a large range of seeds and grains that attract larger birds. Canary seed mix. A mix rich in canary seed, linseed, hemp and black rape is suitable for small species of birds. And then we'll do a bit about making the food for the birds. It's easy to prepare food that brings birds to the bird table. Bird pudding is quick to make and is an ideal way to use up kitchen scraps, although uncooked vegetables should not be included. Melt shredded suet, cooking fat or dripping in a pan to bind the pudding. It's generally unwise to give birds any food that is highly seasoned or strongly salted. Peanuts are very nutritious and they can be hung on a string, galvanized wire or in a mesh bag to attract a large number of birds. Make sure to buy high quality peanuts that have been approved as a bird food. Rearing your own mealworms requires a little more work, but it is well worthwhile as robins may become hand tame to take these delicacies. Mealworms are mobile and should be served in a deep dish. No say. Bird pudding. You can either buy fat balls and suet sticks or make your own bird pudding. Half fill a tip bell, coconut shell or tin with a mixture of seeds, nuts, sultanas, cheese crumbs and cake scraps, and then stir in almost the same amount of melted suet or fat to bind it. Allow the mixture to set solid before putting it out. The mealworms. The grubs sold in pet shops can be reared in a container filled with layers of bran and biscuit or dry bread. Keep the contents warm and just moist. The grubs pupate into beetles, which then lay eggs that hatch after about a week into more grubs. In a few weeks, you will have a self-sustaining colony from which you can pick or sieve a crop of mealworms. These are also good for your compost. Fruit and nuts. A fresh half coconut hung upside down is a great favourite of tits. Birds love all kinds of nut. For most species, the nuts should be opened to allow the birds to get at the kernels, but woodpeckers and nuthatches can hammer the shells apart. Nuts disappear quickly from feeders as the birds take them away to hoard. Chop nuts to attract smaller species. Dried fruit can be added to bird pudding or after soaking, placed on a bird table. Peanuts, because of their high fat and protein content, peanuts are useful bird food. Thread peanuts in their shells on thin wire or string for tits, or put shelled unsalted nuts in a mesh bag or wire container to attract greenfinches and other birds. In summer, grate whole nuts to prevent the nestlings from choking. So I hope that was of interest to you there. Let's have a look at, where are we? Here. So we were talking about different herbs last time, I believe. So I wanted to tell you about lavender bottles. I was reading about those. And it says lavender bottles. These are made to be laid amongst linen. They are always appealing and very acceptable as gifts. Your first bottle may not look very sleek, but the results will improve with a little practice. Sometimes you can make variants on the lavender bottle by turning it into a scent bottle by tying inside it other scented sprigs, southernwood or eau de cologne mint, for instance. The lavender stems should be freshly picked so they are supple. Take 11 stems of lavender or a greater odd number, and about 1 metre, 3 feet of ribbon. Bunch the flowers with the base of their heads level. Tie the ribbon at this point, leaving a long end which is to be woven through the stems. To do this, hold the bunch in one hand and gently bend each stem just below the tie, taking it right down over the flower spike. I'll show you a picture in a minute. Bring the long length of ribbon through to what will now be the outside of the bottle and bend all the other stems the same way so the flower heads are inside the cage of the stems. They now have to be more closely caged. To do this, weave the ribbon in and out of the stems. Take it and pass it over the first stem and under the next, keeping the ribbon flat all the time. Go on round and round, keeping the ribbon flat and its edges touching until it is all used, or until as much as the bottle that you wish is covered. Stitch the ribbon ends in place. Cover this area with a little ribbon bow. Fix a strip of ribbon lower down the stem to hold them in place. See that they all lay straight. Trim and or shorten the ends to make them level. And this is a picture, lavender bound into bottles with ribbon form, ideal objects for keeping linen smelling fresh and clean. And if you look at the lavender, that is how you make them. I hope you enjoyed that. That was something there. And let's have a look at this. Okay, first of all, we're going to look at postings on my other channel that I've just put up down the bottom there. And this is Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty. I'm just looking to see what the date is today. 14th. Okay, so let's look at what we've got posted. And today I have just posted Declutter, Restock, Reorganize. And this is my stationery and filing system. If you have tons of paper or odd folders, this is my frugal filing system. So if you've got lots of odd paperwork, it's so easy to go to, and you haven't got to keep going through folders to find things. So do have a look at that. And then coming up on Wednesday, we have another one of my story times of my grandma's life story. There's a whole playlist on that channel. And this one is her miracles, let's say, her miracles. And she talks about her grandma. And it's me reading them. So I read her life story. So do have a look on that channel. As I say, that channel is something for everyone. Do check out the playlist because there's so much variation of that channel. I cannot tell you anything it is. The only thing I can tell you what it is anything that isn't this channel. There's all sorts on the playlist there. So do go and check out that channel, Tranquility Through Life's Natural Beauty. Now let's take a look at this channel, what we've got posted here, in case you haven't had a look yet. What is it? Monday. Monday. Here. Okay. Yes. Today I've posted goats and sheep and lots of baby lambs, if you're into that sort of thing. And these are all right outside my house. I do have lovely scenes happening, live scenes. Who needs a TV? So go and have a look at that. And then on Wednesday, I'm doing a roundup of all. Some time ago, we salvaged lots of paving slabs, offcuts, not like nice square ones, and lots of offcuts of marble. And some people got confused because one video I'd show we were doing this with them, and another video we were doing this with them. We have done 5 different places with them, and we haven't finished using them yet. That's how many we salvage. So it will be a roundup of those, all the different projects that we did with them and are still ongoing, some more projects. So have a look at that. I hope you'll enjoy those videos. So check out those. Oh, and if you're, I was saying earlier to Shirley, if you're into yoga or exercise, you might want to check out my dance channel. Again, do check out the playlist for that channel. All sorts of things. There's dance performances. There's each dance subject, how to dance. There's exercise if you're a beginner, total beginner. And I mean, I'm doing a series on disabled disabilities and first-time disabilities, exercise for sitting down, if you can need that, or advanced high impact. And I've got a really nice video coming up soon, something a bit different on that. But also every form of dance. If you just enjoy watching dance, then there's plenty there. So do check out Everything Dance, your mentor. And as I say, there's now yoga videos going up, really easy to follow. And it's not just copying someone doing yoga. So I do try and be a little bit different. So I think we will finish there today. I will be tomorrow doing more of my, let's take that down, doing more of my swatting up on how to do everything, basically. I think I'm going to be having a very tiring time for the next few weeks for sure. Mentally, it's tiring just to remember, and it's no good me doing it one week and then doing it the next week, like working the generator. If I don't do things every single day, I can't remember how to do them. It's like I've got this memory thing, you know, where people don't remember things once they go to sleep. That is basically me, unless I'm doing it every day, but not doing it every day as in I have to think about it. So naturally, it's like sometimes Mike comes to me and he says, I'm putting up a video on my channel. How do I do blah, blah? And I said, I can't tell you. I sit and do it because I'm not mentally thinking how to do it. My fingers just go there. It's like if you say, where's the letter E on your keyboard? I don't know. But if I type a word out, because I touch type, I'm automatically going, there you go, it's over there, without looking. But if you said, where's E on your keyboard? I'm like, I don't know, for example. So I can do things if they're natural, that I do them again. But if I do something and I haven't done it for a week, if I don't post for a week, I have to think about, hold on, what do I do now? So it's like that a little bit, just a bit like that. Where are we up to on the chat? Hey, Mr. Scully's in. Guys, do go and check out Scully Pop if you're into AI stuff. There's some wonderful creative stuff goes on there. So do go and have a look at Scully's channel, Scully Pop. Steve saying, have a great week. 2 doves, bees and gardens. So good to catch up. Have a great day. Hello to Scully. Scully saying hello to everyone. And there is the link. Thank you, Steve, for being an awesome moderator. And Jimmy was in today moderating, did a little bit there. So thank you to my moderators. So I'm off now. As I say, busy week. Mike's going to have the operation and relax. And I'm like, oh dear. Okay, guys. So I will see you. I'm just pressing buttons. We need to be down here. Okay. So I will see you again on Wednesday. Hope you can be here. We've had quite a lot of laughs, and I will see you then. Thanks for being here.